You know, when I hear Zaranazarak I, and everybody, and even some of my co-workers talking about certain anniversaries of franchises and shows and cartoons and stuff, like, this year being the 30th anniversary of Transformers, this being the 60th anniversary of Godzilla, this being the 30th anniversary of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the list could go on. I think they seem to overshadow something. I think that with all the anniversaries they talk about and are excited about, and they have good reason to be. I mean, I'm excited for the 30th anniversary of Transformers. I'm excited for the 60th anniversary or whatever of Godzilla. I'm excited for all that. I'm excited for the 30th anniversary of Ninja Turtles. I am. But there's one anniversary that's being overshadowed. And it's an anniversary that, as a suggestion to Sean McLean, Zaranazarak, perhaps you guys should do one of your live viewings of. And it's just, just one movie that you can do for one day. Just choose a day and do it. And of course I'm talking about a movie that was the very first animated feature for Hanna-Barbera. That's right. And of course I'm talking about Hey There, It's Yogi Bear. Of course this is my copy, you can pretty much tell that. But yeah, Hey There, Yogi Bear came out in 1964. 50 years ago. Which is why pretty much right now, as far as we know, later this year or into next year, we're getting the second Yogi Bear live-action CGI film. With the possibility of Cindy Bear being in it. Now, I don't have to tell you that I'm not a Yogi Bear fan, because I am. I mean, again, just like I did in the previous video, to show you, look up there. Yeah. You can pretty much tell I'm a Yogi Bear fan with that. Let me see. I have the Yogi Bear, I think, what is it, the balloon blast game he has, which is kind of like the Balloon Escape or something like that. Balloon blast game for Game Boy Advance. I have several Yogi Bear comics. Some Laugh Olympic comics that involve Yogi Bear. I have the original, even though it's a little worse for wear, but still readable, still in decent condition, but kind of like, because of age and time. 50 years, folks, come on, honestly. I have the gold key comic book adaptation of Hey There, Yogi Bear, it's the movie. Yeah, I have the actual gold key comic book adaptation of Hey There, It's Yogi Bear. I have that. I have Yogi Bear and the Invasion of the Space Bears. I have Yogi's First Christmas multiple times over, including in its own DVD. And the list goes on. I even have the live action film on DVD, and eventually probably will get it on Blu-ray. I even have the original Yogi Bear cartoon series, complete series, that I bought when I was in Kansas. So, again, if that doesn't tell you I'm not a fan, I don't know what is. I mean, I even have Hanna-Barbera, that Hanna-Barbera cartoons book I showed you. So again, that's in a Hanna-Barbera coloring book for maybe that I bought in Kansas. I also bought that Hanna-Barbera cartoons book in Kansas. So again, if that doesn't tell you I'm not a fan, I don't know what does. Heck, I even have a Yogi Bear Hot Wheels collectible car hanging on the wall. But again, if that doesn't tell you I'm a fan, I don't know what does. And other examples are out there too. I even have some episodes somewhere, it's in Kansas, I forgot to bring the tape with me, of Yo Yogi. And if anybody's out there that's watching this that has Yo Yogi on DVD or tape, let me know. I'd like to see it again. But yeah, this movie is getting overshadowed. Its anniversary is getting overshadowed by a lot of other anniversaries. And why? It was because of this film right here that Hanna-Barbera, in my opinion, with the help of Tom and Jerry, I'm not going to deny that, with the help of Tom and Jerry and Droopy and all them, it was this movie that really put Hanna-Barbera on the map. That put Bill Hanna and Joseph Barbera on the map. In fact, when you think about this, this was basically the only other animated threat out there theatrically besides anything Disney would bring out. And of course, it became a huge success. Such a huge success that it spawned another theatrical animated feature film for Hanna-Barbera, and that was The Man Called Flintstone. So, there you go. So, why isn't anybody talking about this? I mean, you want to talk about a good movie, this is good. It was based on the Yogi Bear show. It basically established the characters as we know and see them now. I mean, Cindy Bear, let me give you an example on her. When she first debuted, she had like a bonnet and the parasail that she still has. She had the parasail she has. She had a bonnet hat, sort of like a neck skirt or something like that. Dress down here. Well, you get the idea. She basically had a different design. She was kind of basically blue furred. You know, blue fur, I think, purple, I don't know, just bluish fur at first. That's what she was. She was blue fur, bonnet hat, everything. Turtleneck dress or whatever, or neck dress or whatever you want to call it. Parasail, she had all that. You know, she had all that. And one of the directors, one of the producers or animators or directors of the film, Amawa Takamaru, I can't pronounce his name, IT, we'll call him IT, decided, nope, we're not going to go with that Cindy design for the movie. We're going to give her a design that's similar to Yogi and Boo Boo's. We're going to make her more, I guess you can say, realistic, more up-to-date, more modernized. And that's what they did. True, at times in, you know, series like Laugh Olympics and such, she would have her bonnet hat back, but most of the time, the style of Cindy Bear was based off what we saw in the animated movie. So no longer did you have Cindy, you know, with the hat, blue furred and all that. She was basically what you see her as now. And to me, that was a huge improvement. To me, that was one huge improvement. And, you know, you speak about characters getting redesigned, you know, Ranger Smith, Yogi and Boo Boo, yeah, they got slightly redesigned as well to be more updated, more modernized, especially for the film. But Cindy, she got a total makeover. And people liked it. You know, yeah, you can go look at Yogi's First Christmas and say, oh, well, she has white hair and all that. And yeah, basically, if you look at it from a most realistic standpoint, they were probably trying to go by the fact that certain animals, when they hibernate, the parts of the fur change color. And that's probably what that part of her hair was doing, changing color. But the point is, you know, if it weren't for this film, she wouldn't have had that redesign that we now know and love. But also, this film, again, was a huge risk for Hanna-Barbera because they were basically taking, at that time, an animated television character, they were basically taking, at that time, a star of television animation and putting them on the big screen. They were basically transferring this character from television to the big screen. That was a big risk for them because no other studio at that time, whether it was Disney, Warner Brothers, or anything, were taking any shows or any characters from television, if you will, and putting them on the big screen unless it was live action. That's right. That's one thing I should point out. Unless it was a live action character, Yeah, they went to the big screen. Animated, not so much. In this, as far as I know, and to me, this was a huge risk for Hanna-Barbera, and it paid off. So I think, people should acknowledge this. Because here's how popular this movie was. Not only did it succeed as a huge hit in the box office, but its success allowed it to continuously have life in the theaters. Throughout the rest of the 60s, throughout the 70s and the 80s, through matinees, even through the 90s. Through matinees, this movie in selected theaters all over the country, if not the world, was shown. For kids to watch. So to me, it's like, why isn't nobody talking about the 50th anniversary of this film? I mean, this is basically, like I said, yes, with all due respect to Tom and Jerry, no doubt about it, and Droopy, and the Flintstones, and all of them, they helped put Hanna-Barbera on the map. But this one really put Hanna-Barbera on the map. It basically stamped the fact that Hanna-Barbera was here to stay, and that they were a force at that time and up till whenever they got sold to Warner Brothers, that they were a force to be reckoned with. That was the whole thing. They were a force to be reckoned with in animation, not just in television, but now in theaters. So to me, why isn't nobody talking about this? I have no idea, but I hope people start doing so. I really hope so. And I hope, before this year's out, we get the announcement of a Blu-ray release. Because, yeah, let me tell you this. The way they remastered it, let me tell you this. When you watch the remastered DVD, it looks good. And even when you watch it on an HDMI on a high definition on an HD television with your DVD player or even your Blu-ray player connected to your HD television via HDMI cable, it looks even better. And especially when you add in this fact that they say the Blu-ray players make your DVDs look better, there's no question that it does. So can you just imagine if a Blu-ray edition was released of this to celebrate the 50th anniversary, maybe with some special features, like maybe behind the scenes, maybe some interviews or whatever. Maybe some historian facts and all that, but stuff like that I think can really benefit if it gets a Blu-ray release, and I really hope it does. I mean, if they're planning to do a sequel to the Yogi Bear live-action CGI film, this has got to come out on Blu-ray to help promote it. Not just to help promote it, but celebrate the 50th anniversary of this film. So I hope a lot more people talk about this movie, watch this movie, celebrate the 50th anniversary, because to me, like I said, with the help of all the other characters they created, this not only just marked the fact that Hanna-Barbera was here, it stamped the fact that Hanna-Barbera was here and was a force to be reckoned with, like I said, not just in television, but on the big screen. So that's all I'm going to say. And all I want to say is happy 50th to this movie. Hey there, it's Yogi Bear. And I hope other people talk about it as well, just like I have. So until then, God bless, take care, comments are welcome down below.